Hello, my name's Matt. I'm 29 years old and I've just completed my 6th week of the Thrive program. Had my last session on Monday just gone. I picked up the program because I thought it was very different to anything I'd tried before, which I'll come on to in a second. The idea of sort of just building your foundations is something I'd never really considered. I'd always sort of looked at techniques to deal with negative thoughts as and when they appear, and the idea that you can sort of stop them really entering your head in the first place was quite new to me. So I was intrigued. Before the program, I had sort of suffered probably 12 years on and off with depression, and I perhaps this has started as what I believe to be sort of seasonal affective disorder in the winter periods, and gradually grew till it was kind of infecting most days of my life throughout the year, and this sort of manifests itself in long periods of low mood, apathy, just lack of interest in doing things. I'd given up on a lot of my hobbies. I was really struggling with work, just because I was doubting my abilities, and worrying whether my work was good enough and what people were thinking of me. And it made relationships with friends very difficult because I was under the impression that what I was doing or how I was behaving was not exactly nice to be around. For Thrive, I'd tried a variety of sort of treatments and things, CBT therapy and counselling, particularly when I was younger, and I found, though they sort of perhaps helped in the initial stages, getting things off your chest, a lot of it is sort of focusing on what your sort of symptoms and looking out for them, which is quite exhausting, constantly being on guard so you can manage things as and when they pop up. I'd also tried a variety of sort of anti-anxiety and depression medications, which with varying levels of success, and quite a few unpleasant side effects at times. So again, not the easiest. I started the program just over 6 weeks ago now, and I start to see changes within the week. The first thing you learn is just that you are, in control of a lot of what happens to you. Most of what happens to you. I think I read somewhere sort of 90% of what happens to you is within your control, and how you deal with it. And that was just revolutionary for me, particularly as someone who'd felt previously that I was completely out of control of this. I was sort of searching for, something to come along and just take it all away. But being able to take that control myself really made a difference to sort of my self-esteem from day one. And as I progressed through the program, I really liked, particularly how well the Thrive book was laid out. It really does sort of explain everything that's going through your head in a way that you go, yeah, that is me. Okay, great, and that's what I need to do about it. It's all backed up with copious amounts of research, which really hammers home that this is thought's gone into this, and above all else, Cara was just brilliant, real font of knowledge. And when you're looking into sort of building your self-esteem, and you're sort of thinking, well, what have I done today that was any good? And then you sort of have 3 minutes chat with Cara, and she points out about 8 things that you've overlooked, and really helps you start to train your brain to notice these things. So yeah, she's been absolutely brilliant, really supportive. So yeah, as I say, I am at sort of week 6 now, and it's been complete change. I've not felt any sort of symptoms of low mood for weeks. I have changed my thinking styles, or my thinking styles have changed dramatically. I just sort of see things in a much more positive light. And I was a serial catastrophizer and brooder before, so that's quite nice. Not wasting hours of my life worrying about the what ifs, and just getting on and affecting what I can. I've picked up a lot of my hobbies again, so I've picked up the electric guitar again, which is something I've not touched for years, but wanted to. And my relationships with friends are improving. I've seen my friends more in the last 4 weeks than I have done in the last 6 months probably. So yeah, lots of positive changes. So all in all, massively pro Thrive. I'd recommend it to anybody who, no matter how sort of small, perhaps small scale you think your anxiety might be, it would just help you take the edge off that and learn or realise what you can do to control it. And it really is a sort of invaluable program. So yeah, good luck and happy thriving.